All right, game six. Game six. And all right, I like Scrying Pool a lot. I'm a big Scrying Fool fan. I'm the kind of player who will tell you if you see Scrying Pool, you buy Scrying Pool. But now this kingdom is strange. There's no plus buy, there's no trashing. There is some gain in the lurker, but that's a bit slow because you have to play it once and play it a second time to actually gain the card, and it doesn't draw. And there are some money options in the kingdom actually, and there are a set of extra points on the basilica as well, which rewards you for overpay. So I was thinking, how good really is Scrying Pool here? We have Delve to Silver Flood. You have Basilica for some extra points, and you have some kind of money enablers. You have some draw in Blacksmith if you want. You have Guide, which could get you out of bad hands. Mystic is okay. Silver at least could be silver plus more. Fishermen are cheap sometimes. So I get the idea here to play money. I know, I know. The person who tells you see Scrying Pool equals buy Scrying Pool is playing money. What a strange choice. Personman buys the potion, right? I understand completely. Scrying Pool is a strong card. Like I said, many times you see Scrying Pool, you buy Scrying Pool. Even if there's no trash in, sometimes buy it because it's that good. I'm gonna pursue money. Now, how I pursue it though is dubious. Here, Fisherman turn 1, fine. Delve, fine. Royal Blacksmith, maybe not fine. I do buy the Royal Blacksmith though. How often you get to open Royal Blacksmith? Well, you could do it anytime because it costs nothing. So they open Fool and Potion. I understand the Fool. It can give them some gain, some plus buy, which is lacking on this board. Hopefully they don't get it too soon. But it doesn't happen very often, so I wasn't entirely worried about the Fool. They get the first set of Basilica points, and these Basilica points are quite important. I think if you are pursuing a money strategy like what I am doing, you need to fight the Basilica points, at least gain parity on it. Delve is not helpful for that, which is why I was suggesting things like Fishermen and Mystics later. I'm finally able to clear my debt there. So now I have the deck that I want. Blacksmith and a ton of silver. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. Anyway, so a plus buy shows up very early for Personman. They have to be happy about that. They get the overpay and they get the lurker. And now they could play lurkers with impunity, right? Because I'm not contesting the lurkers. Clearly, just play the lurker, put something in the bin. We don't care. 7 for me of the Royal Blacksmith is decent, and here is where I really should consider just Mystic maybe, but it doesn't really work well with the Royal Blacksmith in the deck. So I went ahead. My plan here was Blacksmith plus Silver Flood, and that was the end of it. Maybe I get a guide somewhere. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I consider a second Blacksmith here. I have no idea if that's right for my strategy or not, but I chose not to get the second Blacksmith. Just one, I figure, is enough combined with the Silver Flood. Right? So Personman is going to be doing the action card game, and I'm going to be doing the money game. I get a guide here. Hopefully that comes into play at some point. They got a hunting lodge, Personman, and they're using the lurkers to gain scrying pools very easily. To be honest, at the beginning I missed the lurker. I didn't really consider that as a source of gain. So those are a couple things in favor of the engine player. So here is not exactly clear, right? The engine has help in the form of lurker and the extra points in the basilica, right? Engines like extra points on the board. I say engines, I mean like action heavy strategies. The money player does have access to silvers very easily and very cheaply. But they do have problems of their own, in that silver isn't the greatest card to get to province, and they don't have good draw. Blacksmith gets rid of the coppers from your hand, which you might need to actually get to province sometimes. So it's not entirely clear that money is the way to go. I now start to fight the Basilica points, but it's a bit too late. I get my first province there, which again means forfeiting the Basilica points, and that split ends up 10-2 in favor of my opponent, which is bad. Really shouldn't be like that. I think money can fight Scrying Pool here, but not the way I played it. I think you would need to build with Fishermen, Mystics, as long as Basilica points are available. Once the Basilica points are no longer available, then you consider smashing the Delve button if you cannot buy province. I really think that could fight Scrying Pool here, even with the Lurker help. Right? Lurker is slow, I think. Anyway, so we'll see how this Blacksmith plus Silver plan ends up working out for me here. Now they have 3 Lurkers. They have access over anything over the board. They get another Mystic, which is whatever, right? Doesn't really matter at this point what they get. And they pick up the last 2 Basilica points with a Lurker. I get to 11, which is great. Thank you for the Royal Blacksmith. I get another silver plus a second province. And this hand also looks like another province in my next turn here. So we'll see what they come up with. Lots of lurkers, but lurkers don't help them by provinces this turn. So maybe they don't have it. Maybe the Mystic is a good card with the Scrying Pool. You know, Scrying Pool could draw up all the Mystics, and then you play all the Mystics for the money that you need for the province. The 4 lurkers will help, but I think I could be faster than that. They trash out a Mandarin, another good card for them to buy provinces with. His action with coin on it. They miss on province again, and I am able to pick up a third. I am able to pick up a 3rd province. So that looks good for me so far. This hand isn't that good. I do have a guide on the mat. I do have a second guide that I would like to put down here. I really would like to put down. But it's not going to happen. And look at this. What is this? What is this hand? What is this? I call guide, and this is what you give me? I forfeit a guide on the tavern mat to get 4. Come on, do better than that. At least give me a duchy. Personman has already started on the provinces there. You give me 4. I feel like this is below average for my deck. What to do? I go for Delve, and I do pick up an estate instead of another silver. I think the provinces, by the time my shuffle comes around, will be either done or close to done. So I think the estate is justified there. I get a guide skipped. Pissed about that. I have quite a few treasures in my deck. I don't know why that guide was at the top of the deck to be discarded to Scrying Pool. Luckily, I have 8 in hand, but I would really like to have the guide on the mat. That is going to be a very helpful card. Anyways, we don't see it. I get my 4th province. This is nonsense. Like 2 4-cost hands. I don't know. And I get my blacksmith skip too. I was upset, really. I don't know how that blacksmith just ended up surfacing at that point. The guide would have skipped past this hand too. You know, things are not working out in terms of seeing my action cards, which I do need to see. You can't just play pure money against Scrying Pool and hope to win. And even pure money is failing me here. Just 4 again. It will be another Delve and estate, but I really just would appreciate a duchy. Come on, deck. You could do better than this. This is not cool at all. Not cool. Personman does get up to another province here, I believe. They're still behind on the point situation. But this terrible hand here allows them an opportunity to catch up. just 6 points behind. They obviously will take the province if they can. I do not see province money here. So the end of the shuffle was just utter garbage for me. I do get a duchy at least, but a duchy is insufficient at this stage in the game because I wasn't able to get duchies earlier. I'm not able to have a big enough points lead. Yeah, so they do see a lot of their deck, well, enough of their deck to get the province. They obviously take it. That's the correct thing to do here. I pick up my duchy, pass it back. I might have province, but they top deck a green card. I don't have province even on this hand. And they actually managed to string together enough coin on their turn to pick up the last province. So the match ends 4-2 in favor of Personman. I'm not unhappy with the idea that I pursued in this game. I think money can fight Scrying Pool. And I think it can win if I played it a little bit differently. And maybe with a little bit better luck, I could have won that game too. Because skipping that guy plus the blacksmith on that last shuffle, plus getting 4 twice is awful. But I mean, that's what happens when you play money sometimes, right? You accept that your deck is inconsistent and you just have to take the garbage with the good. All right, so we are well behind midway into the season here. I need to string together some powerful performances just to stay alive in this division. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.